Cotton is king, blacks are inferior to whites, Jacksonian democracy, religious freedom, manifest destiny. Expansion of the U.S. was an action fueled by the motives of many different groups of people. Whether the motives were appropriate did not matter at that time, as long as they got what they wanted. I'm Michaela Weisenbaker, and I'm here to explore how economic, political, religious, and societal beliefs fueled expansion in the U.S. from 1800 to 1860. Economics in the U.S. from 1800 to 1860 were based upon agriculture and industrialization. In the South, Eli Whitney's creation of a cotton gin had created a more profitable agricultural product. The cotton gin made it possible to produce more cotton in a day, which led to more demand for cotton. With the help of new technological inventions such as steamboats and railroads, the cotton was transported to other areas where the wealth of natural resources led to the growth of manufacturing. After Lewis and Clark's expedition in 1804, the American people were anxious to expand the U.S. because of the fertile land and forests that were discovered. This would allow the creation of more cotton plantations, which meant more money. It would also allow better access to foreign markets and the advantages of ports at the Pacific coastline of California. The annexation of Texas, one big outcome of westward expansion, was solely relied upon by the Southern planter class, as that land was one of few discovered growing regions. In 1848, the discovery of gold led to the gold rush of 1849, as thousands moved west to get rich. After only a few struck the jackpot, the rush led to settlement in California. During the period 1800 to 1860, manifest destiny was the basis of politics. Whigs strongly opposed expansion, and expansionist Democrats questioned how much land should be expanded and how it would be done. Democratic Republicans believed that for a republic to survive, it must grow, and great amounts of land meant a prosperous republic with unlimited economic opportunities. Democrats also strongly believed in the spread of economic democracy through rapid settlement. Southerners believed that new slave states would strengthen the South's political power in Washington, but agreements such as the Compromise of 1850 continued to balance out free enslaved states. During the period 1800 to 1860, religion fueled expansion because people were seeking religious freedom. Pilgrims and pioneers valued the idea of practicing whatever religion they valued most, rather than being dictated by one religion and one leader. This led to religious expansion groups, such as the Mormons, who settled in Utah in 1847. From 1800 to 1860, the United States continued to divide into two sections, slave states and free states. The North believed slavery was wrong, while the South had many reasons to defend why it was right. The societal beliefs in the South were based upon the idea that the planter aristocracy was the ruling class. These people had all the slaves and all of the large cotton-producing farms. When the cotton gin became available, these were the people producing the greatest portion of cotton and who supported westward expansion the most. They needed more farms to grow cotton and more plantations for their slaves. Yeomen, owners of few slaves, were more willing to work just as their slaves did, but also supported expansion of land and slavery because they also hoped to be like the white aristocrats one day. At the same time, Northerners who supported the abolition movement believed that expansion of free states would lead to the end of slavery. Instead, Congress agreed to terms such as those in the Missouri Compromise that balanced free and slave states, but also depended upon the idea of popular sovereignty. Congress also agreed with Andrew Jackson's idea of removal of Indians from westward territory. His belief was that there were fewer of them, so they needed less land than we Americans did. From slavery to profits, the expansion of the United States was fueled mainly by the aspects of economic, political, religious, and societal beliefs of American citizens. Slave versus free states, the expansion was thought to have caused greater sectionalism, as it was a rebellion against each other to overpower each other in Washington. Slaves were the basis of Southern economics, but to have more slaves they had to have more land. Manufacturing in the North prospered from greater production of cotton, which would increase if more land was available. New land meant a new beginning shaped by independent religious beliefs. More land meant a stronger and more prosperous republic. All of these beliefs were structured by one overarching idea: success.